You know who I haven't heard from for a while? Donald Trump. I mean, in the last 20 minutes or so. And that seems to be the amount of time a news show is allowed to go these days without at least saying his name. Donald Trump is media omnipresent. Switch on any news channel and Donald Trump is either on the phone, he's on location, he's in the studio, he's on the stump, he's on video, or somebody is talking about him. Donald Trump has dominated the media landscape like no other candidate in recent history. Now, there are those who either love him or hate him, but either way, they can't get enough of him. As for me, I like Donald Trump in theory. A guy who thumbs his nose at the political establishment and appeals right to the people. A guy who isn't afraid to say anything, and I do mean anything.
She was favored to win, and she got schlonged. She lost. She lost.
A guy who is unafraid and unapologetic about who he is and what he stands for. A guy who has run a big company and a big budget and may just have the management skills to tame a runaway federal government. A guy who is tough and willing to take on all comers, like a political Bruce Lee. Think about it. If he can so easily take on the media and political opponents, maybe he just can take on the world. And finally, in an environment of political corruptness, where the government is bought and sold, here's a guy worth $10 billion that can't be bought, can't be owned by special interests. I like all those things. Again, I like Donald Trump in theory. He's like Ross Perot, only a little taller, a little better looking, and a little less crazy. The problem is when you get away from the idea of Donald Trump in theory, the reality is hollow. Take his first television ad, for instance, where he says he's going to keep all Muslims out of the country temporarily. He's going to cut off the head of ISIS and then just take their oil. And he's also going to build a wall along the Mexican border and make Mexico pay for it. Okay, one question. How? I mean, aside from the fact that you're Donald Trump, and so ISIS and Mexico and Iran and the rest of the world will just bow to your will, because after all, you're Donald Trump. I mean, aside from that, there's a few problems with the first ad. You can't ban an entire religion from coming into the country. It wouldn't hold up in the courts. It would make us more of a target in the world, and it just plain wouldn't work. I mean, do you think it's beneath someone who wants to come into our country and kill and possibly commit suicide in the name of the jihad to lie? Are you a Muslim? No. Okay, come on in. As for ISIS giving up their oil, it's not theirs. They took it from Iraq. My strong feeling is that Iraq would want it back. We're not pirates, are we? We don't just go in and claim our bounty. And as for the Mexican government paying for the Great Wall, now why would they do that? I know, Donald Trump says he's going to hold back the subsidies. Great. That would make Mexico poorer, and then more people would want to come into the country illegally. As for the wall, that won't keep out most illegal immigrants, as most just overstay their visas. Look, maybe I'm wrong about all of this, but in the absence of any substance from Trump, these are at the very least legitimate questions. Candidate Trump so far has been successful at just saying what he wants to do without ever having to say how. And that is the difference between Trump in theory and Trump in reality. One I like, one not so much. In theory, Donald Trump can make America great. In reality, probably not. I'm Larry Mendte. See you again next week.
I don't think so. Not going to happen.